Recently, the longest war in Anvil Empire's pre-alpha test just concluded. This war lasted 9 days and had the longest siege assault any player had ever seen. This was the 4th official pre-alpha war. During this war, the Remnants and the Ancients fielded the largest armies and most experienced clans, while the Pagan faction was very underpopulated and included many first-time players. The Remnants' 3 keep locations were located on the southeastern side of the island. The Ancients had their keeps located on the northeastern side, and the Pagans had their keeps located to the southwest. The conflict's intensity peaked with the infamous 9-hour siege of the Remnant Western Keep, but here are some other stories that happened throughout the war that shaped its epic ending. On day 1, the Remnants built up most of their defenses near the Western Fortress, as this was their first line of defense against both the Ancients and the Pagans. The first key battle that happened near the start of the war was the battle at the crossroads. This battle happened near the middle of the map where all 3 faction territories were bordering. The Remnants had suspected a Pagan-Ancient alliance and launched a raid on the Pagan central keep with 80 warriors. After initial success, they were ambushed by a combined Pagan and Ancient force and took heavy losses. This confirmed their suspicion. The Remnants retreated and revised their strategy to focus future attacks in the south.
Good break, keep going.
If you don't know, everything in this game is player-made. All of the structures, armor, weapons, and food are crafted by players. During the rest of this day, the Remnants rested and resupplied their troops. On day 2, they had managed to capture the southern fortress of the Pagans, but while this was going on, the Ancients were attacking their western fortress, and this forced the Remnants to split up their army.
Oh guys, don't rush, they're on the walls. Come on, back it up, boys.
You wall.
We've got the numbers, rush them down,
Shield wall here! Shield wall here!
Shield!
Rush them, we have the numbers, what are you doing? Rush them!
Oh!
Together, shield wall.
Get on the side.
Forward!
No, flank round, boys, come with me, get round them, come with me. Come on, to the left, we'll get round them.
Under the wall.
Get out the blast,
Pull the wall. Forward.
Space here.
Come.
Yo, legend. Move first here.
Come.
Push on the left.
Come on, my boy.
Push on the left. Eat the left. Hold. There's fire.
Push
Come
up, get in there,
come
boys,
for the
get the numbers,
entrance.
push up, get in there.
On garde la ligne.
It's spares in the rear.
Get ready, boys, get ready!
Start hitting.
Get ready!
Hit.
Brace!
Hit. Pull in on the left. Get around them.
Forward, boys! Forward! Put pressure on them, come on!
Hold, creeper, hold.
Can break them.
W.
Guys, push right side now. Left in and out.
Hit him, boys! Hit him!
Guys, come on. Come on, push this left.
Push. Stab.
Alright, give me that guy's stuff, I need his stuff.
Keep stabbing. Left flank push. Envelop them on the
He
left.
took his sword, I need his sword.
Envelop them slowly on the left. Take your time with it.
We need spears on the left!
We have the numbers advantage, you should be slamming into the
Bad pot.
Don't stand in the chief.
Right part, more shields.
From the fire pod, you're standing in the fire pod!
Get out of the fire pod!
Of the pot. Everyone on my left, move out of the pot.
Yeah! Their line is breaking, boys! They're breaking!
Hold the line, lads. Do not push.
Guys, someone can make a wall in front of me, please? Yeah. Alabama, make a wall for me, please.
Keep the center. Keep something.
Guys, make a wall,
You can't stab through the wall. You cannot stab through the wall with the spear.
You sure?
I'm 100% sure you cannot stab through the wall with the spear.
The remnants, after securing the first fortress, started to march toward the second pagan fortress. This siege would last 4 hours. Luckily for the pagans, the ancients had come to their aid and were able to push back the remnants. During day 3, the remnants unleashed a specialized partisan force deep behind pagan lines. They launched over a dozen raids that crippled the pagan economy and forced them all back west. Some pagan individuals and clans, recognizing their hopelessness of their situation, paid silver to the remnants for safe passage back home. I thought this was a really cool roleplay tactic, and I hope to see more of this in the future. During this day, the ancients would continue to harass the remnants by destroying their siege camps, stopping them from capturing any more pagan keeps. By day 4, the ancients launched dual assaults on the remnant eastern and western keeps, both of which failed. The remnants on this day stayed close to their keeps and continued to fortify their defenses. They also continued to send out raiding parties to the south to clear out any remaining pagan homesteads in the mountains. On day 5, the remnants pushed again, this time targeting the pagan East Keep. They breached several gates but ultimately withdrew due to multiple front pressures from the ancients again. On the 6th day of the war, the ancients built 3 temples in the central fortress. They were attempting to win by cultural victory.
Gathered the supplies needed to give tribute to our god Sigor, for which he shall grant us victory and glory in battle and in the beyond. These temples represent not just an accumulation of material, they represent the accomplishment of a civilization, of a nation that has and will continue to definitively prove its superiority to the filthy remnants and the pagans which swim in the mud and the dirt, hoping to drag down us with them. These temples represent glory, these temples represent the spirit of the ancients, and with Sigor on our side, there is no force that can stand against us. Our enemies will be routed, their homes will be burned, their keeps will crumble before our eyes, our masses of catapults will demolish their very spirit and morale. These temples, my brothers and sisters, are our key to Valhalla, to what lies beyond, and to the furthermore, the victory.
I'm taking the pole.
Praise Uruguay!
Victory! Praise Igor!
Praise Uruguay!
This forced the remnants to storm the ancients' fortress, which ended in defeat. Here's what one ancient soldier had to say about that battle. We were pretty confident on repelling the remnants from capturing the keep. However, their numbers grew way faster than ours, and the only reason we managed to fight back was from mistakes made by the remnants themselves. They placed their camp way too close to our keep, which gave us the opportunity to push them out of the keep and back into the camp. And the second mistake was the open gate in the siege camp, after which we managed to get inside and clear the camp." End quote. As the remnants retreated from this battle, half their supplies were lost, allowing the ancients to launch a counterattack and the infamous 9-hour siege on the remnant Westkeep. On day 7, the siege for Westkeep would begin. This siege would go on for 9 hours and go into the 8th day of the war. The ancients, who were the attackers, brought 180 warriors, 8 catapults, 3 rams, and 4 ladders for the siege. The remnants, who were the defenders, had about 100 warriors and very little supplies to help them defend. During the first 2 hours, the ancients established a siege camp north of Westkeep. The remnants, scrambling to respond, began to rally forces. Many of them were European players who would stay awake into the morning hours defending this keep. Early in the siege, the ancients breached the outer wall. Catapults hurled stones while attackers pressed forward in tight lines. The remnants fought and held their ground with a small team using oil flasks and spear walls to push the invaders back. They were outnumbered 4-1 as they fell back in the inner defenses. They held tight choke points and launched surprise counterattacks whenever ancient numbers dwindled.
I got the catapult. I killed the catapult. I killed the catapult. Ho! Ho! Remnants! Ho! 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 Push them out! Ho! Ho!
It was reported that during the battle, remnants with spears held a gate for over an hour, keeping the enemy pinned in narrow kill zones. Meanwhile, logistics runners like Iron Legion's nomads played a vital role in this battle, delivering hundreds of barrels of arrows and supplies. Each supply run took about 10 minutes, and every time they returned, the keep was dry. The defense depended on these supplies to stay alive. By hour 3, the ancients had broken into the final layers of the fortress. The only route inside became a treacherous maze-like path. The pagans, who were originally neutral during this battle, began launching strikes on the ancient supply lines. At one point, the pagans charged in and were defeated swiftly. The ancients were able to loot their bodies and add their armor and weapons to their own supplies.
We still gotta hold it.
You guys fucked up.
Thanks for the backup kits.
Nice try, bitch.
We needed these kits so bad.
Oh my god, we're
Pagan donation. Pagan donation. Pagan donation.
Pagan donation.
Thank you.
Pagan
Thank
donation.
you. Thank you. Pagan donation.
Back to the breach. Back to the breach. These pagans are useless.
The defenders fought all through the night, many of them with bows perched on the high walls, raining down death with every shot. One player recounted taking out over 15 ancients. Others continued to hold spear formations at doors and small choke points, forming unbreakable walls that stopped repeated assaults dead in their tracks. By the end of hour 3, the ancients had lost 2 catapults, 3 rams, and 2 ladders, and the remnants continued to hold the keep. Jumping ahead through hours 6 and 8, the ancients with torches, bombs, and ladders pushed into the heart of the keep. Unfortunately, due to a bug in the game mechanics, it prevented the keep from taking any damage from the outside. Even after breaching and reaching the center, the remnants were able to form a final line with 20 players guarding a single door. If the remnants let the ancients get inside, it would all be over. During this time, multiple rams and ladders were destroyed by hit-and-run attacks from remnant runners. The pagans once again complicated things. They had reclaimed their lost southern fortress and were launching attacks on ancient rear lines. Eventually, a dedicated anti-pagan unit had to be formed just to swat them away. As the sun came up in the real world, many ancient numbers began to dwindle, many logging off due to real-life obligations. The remnant sensed an opening and morale surged. A final counter-offensive was launched from within the keep. The remaining ancients, tired and under supplies, were eventually pushed back. Some ancients reported that after that their economy was crippled, and that they would not be able to afford another offensive for some time. The siege itself was held by mostly European players, who stayed awake as late as 8 a.m. in the morning, and some of them had to even call in sick to work. After 9+ hours, the siege was finally over. Victory for this battle belonged to the remnants. Here is what one remnant player had to say about their experience from the siege. For more than 9 hours, we defended the city in inferior numbers and practically without weapons. We defended street by street, ring by ring. Although our comrades were falling, we made a last defense in the keep. For 4 hours, we took advantage of the architecture to create bottlenecks and give advantage to our lancers. All these things gave us the victory." End quote. And here are some notable players from the battle as well. Remnant Pirate Lord led constant ambushes, taking out vital ancient siege equipment. LC Creeper God held the inner spear walls for hours. Nelson coordinated remnant forces and logistics throughout the siege. 420 Man played like a juggernaut, often single-handedly delaying ancient pushes. HISP Clan led aggressive counterattacks from the kill box, and the Clan Iron Legion managed logistics and provided essential arrow resupply. During the final days of the war, the walls were quickly rebuilt at Westkeep. The ancients, now resource-starved, could not afford another siege. The remnants capitalized on this immediately. Over the next 32 hours, they stormed pagan territory and captured 2 keeps, and continued marching towards the final pagan stronghold. The remnants had to rush to capture the last keep to achieve military victory, before the ancients could achieve the cultural victory. This last fortress of the pagans, which would have given the remnants 3 points for victory, was quickly captured, but not destroyed. The remnants stood on its roof, but they had no way to destroy it due to a bug. Eventually, the ancients came and drove the remnants out of the last fortress, and helped the pagans defend it. The ancients would shortly later win the war, and end the 4th pre-alpha war test from a cultural victory with 3 temples. Overall, it was a great pre-alpha test war, and we had a lot of great battles. Even though the ancients could have won sooner with their cultural victory, the devs decided to extend the war for another 24 hours to test the servers some more. Although this is unconfirmed, there's some speculation going around that in the future the devs won't have cultural victories, or they just won't make it the final way to win the war. But so far that is only speculation. The devs have a lot of things to improve on and bugs to fix, but I know a lot of us still had a blast with this war. The Siege of Westkeep marked one of the most grueling battles in the war between the remnants and the ancients. This battle will be remembered for a long time. GG's to everyone who participated in this war and these battles, and a reminder to all those watching that Anvil Empires is still in pre-alpha, and the point of these wars is to test bugs and other things. It has been announced that early access for this game should be coming out later this year, and this will give everyone a chance to try it out as well. If you have any questions about the game or want to join these tests, make sure you join the Anvil Empires Discord. I will leave a link in the description below. Thank you to everyone that sent reports to me about these battles. If you would like to send me any stories or reports about a battle, feel free to join my Discord. Thank you all so much for watching and for your support. Make sure to subscribe for more Anvil Empires content. I'll see you out on the battlefield. Cheers.